Next up we have Elevator Action, a port of Taito's 1983 arcade game. Unlike a lot of these early Taito ports, this one was released in the USA as well as Japan. As you can hear, this game contains a great old school style soundtrack. Not too much of a plot here. Basically, you play this sort of red-headed, pompadoured super spy. Your job is to steal some plans and then get to the bottom of the hotel and escape. Along the way, you'll face countless Boris Badenov-style foreign agents which you're permitted to shoot on sight. You can also shoot out the lights to make the room darker, making it a little harder for you to get hit. Plans are actually found behind those red doors. You'll want to collect all those in order to get a good score. Notice that the floors are numbered. This sort of gives you a general idea about how far along you're getting towards the bottom. Now this game came along at a time when video games were sort of getting away from the single screen type of game, games such as Pac-Man for example. Scrolling was becoming a lot more common. I think the idea behind games like Elevator Action is that the game takes place in a larger world beyond what you can just see on a single screen. You can only see a bit of this world at a time, however the more of the game you complete, the more you'll encounter. Nowadays, of course, this idea is very common. However, back in the early 80s, scrolling was still relatively new, so it made games like Elevator Action seem sort of interesting and different. Elevator Action was one of those early games that sort of drew you into a larger world. The fact that the action was so simple and repetitive really made it all that more appealing. Even though the rules were simple, there were still a number of things that could happen in the game. Now, as I mentioned, once you get to the bottom, to the basement actually, you jump in your little sports car, zoom away, and then the game begins again. Of course, the next building is a little bit different. And that's Elevator Action in a nutshell. Now, since Elevator Action came out in 1983 in the arcades, the graphics are pretty simple, so the Famicom is able to pretty much accurately represent the graphics in this game.